If you're applying to medicine or you're a current medical student, this is what nobody prepares you for. These are the exact things I wish I knew before I started med school. For context, my name's Arham, I'm a third year medical student, and I'd appreciate if you guys could drop a follow because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Now, the first thing I wish I knew is got to do with your study system. It won't click straight away. You don't walk into med school knowing what you're going to study, how you're going to study, and how you're going to smash all those exams. And honestly, it takes time for everything to work out. It takes time for you to figure things out, adjust to a new setting, adjust to university, adjust to the new content and the new learning style. And because you're going to go through all these things, feeling behind is completely normal. And you see, the first few weeks of university are just a transition period from your gap year or your sixth form years to you going into university, getting used to independent learning and finding out how you're going to cope with these next few years. And just remember that everybody in first year is adjusting to their settings. They're getting used to this university lifestyle. They're getting used to the new information, the new content, the new things that they're going to be learning. They're going to get used to the new independence they're going to have to go through if they're moving away from home. And this links to my second point. Academic success isn't just about how much you study. You see, the thing is, your daily habits affect how you learn. So things like cooking, cleaning, budgeting, and staying organized in university actually matters so much more than you think. And if you ignore these things, it's going to catch up to you during exam season. Trust me, I've been there. So that's why if you're a uni student or you got exams coming up, make sure you have a system in place on how you're going to organize things, how you're going to have that work-life balance, because exam season is very, very tough. And this links to my third point about organization. If you're planning your days in advance, it gives you so much more control over your time. And med school honestly is so overwhelming. So if you have a structure in place on when you need to do things, what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, it helps you do more in a little amount of time. So I definitely recommend things like the Google Calendars app, recommend Notion. You can organize all your tasks, all the things that you need to do to make sure they're done on time. And something I recommend you guys get into the habit of is planning your week in advance. So on a Sunday evening, sit down for like half an hour, build your calendar for the week, see which days you're free, see which days you're more busy, and plan days around your energy. Don't waste it. Now, the fourth point I want to talk about is study efficiency. How you study matters more than how long you're studying for. So for example, if someone revises 6 hours and they're just reading notes, and then you have someone else who's doing 2 hours of flashcards, the person of 2 hours of flashcards is going to do way better than the person who's just reading the notes. Why? Because they're actively learning the information, they're doing it in a short amount of time, and their revision is much more efficient. And think about it, if you're studying more efficiently, you're going to save a lot more time for gym, for your hobbies, for your friends, for your family. And if I'm being honest, med school shouldn't consume your entire identity. There's so much more you can do whilst you're, going through these 5 years of med school. And the final point I want to make is about older year students. They're honestly the biggest lifesavers when it comes to medical school. They've literally done the exams you're about to sit. They've survived through the academic year you're about to go through, so they know what's going on. So make sure you ask them for any resources that they can provide, whether that's notes, whether that's flashcards, whether that's practice questions. Trust me, their resources are so useful, especially with the lectures that just have pictures in it with no text and you have no idea what's going on. And think about it, if you have someone's flashcards from the older year, you can just adjust those flashcards, edit them to your style, and then it saves you so much time from having to make the flashcards on your own. If you feel like this video has helped you in any way, shape or form, make sure to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. It'll really help a lot. For a bit of context, I'm trying out YouTube just to document longer videos, document my med school journey, and also sharing my tips and tricks as a medical student on how you can survive through medical school.